Life processes in living organism. We have seen that the various organ systems like digestive, respiratory, circulatory system, excretory system, and control system work continuously in the human body. These systems, along with the different external and internal organs, perform their functions independently but through a completely coordination. Are these systems same in small animals like mice and big animals like elephant? Yes, all system works more or less in these organisms, no matter whether they are small or big. For proper functioning, these systems need continuous supply of energy. Nutrients like carbohydrates and fats are the main source of energy. Energy is harvested in the mitochondria present in each cell for energy production. Along with nutrients, oxygen is also necessary. Exceptionally, some microorganisms do not need oxygen for energy production. The digested food and oxygen are transported to each cell by circulatory system. Therefore, we can say that each like process contributes in its own way in the process of energy production. Plants are autotrophs, which means they prepare their own food. They utilize some of the food for themselves, whereas remaining is stored in various parts like fruits, leaf, stem, roots, etc. And other animals consumes these plants parts and obtain different nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, etc. Which food materials do we consume to obtain these nutrients? We obtain carbohydrates from milk, fruits, jaggery, cane sugar, honey, vegetable, potatoes, sweet meat, and cereals like wheat, maize, ragi, jawar, millet, rice, etc. To obtain fats and lipids, we consume oil, ghee, butter, etc. To obtain proteins, we consume pulses, milk, meat, egg, etc. And we obtain vitamins and minerals mainly from vegetables and fruits. Good to know each gram of carbohydrates gives us 4 kilocalories energy. When watching a match on TV, we generally see players consuming foodstuff during breaks. What they consume and why? Due to physical exertion during a match, the body of the players lose a lot of water and salt in the form of sweat. Due to this, they feel tired and need instant energy. For this, they consume energy drink which contain water, salt and glucose, which boost their energy. We have learned that for energy production, nutrient and oxygen are necessary, but how they together produce energy? To find the answer, let us move to the next part of the chapter, living organism and energy production. All living organisms perform respiration, but do you know what exactly happens during respiration? Come, let us do a detailed study of these life processes in living organisms. Respiration occurs at two levels, body level and cellular level. We know that at body level, oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged between body and surrounding. When diaphragm contracts and moves downwards, air is taken in the body through the nostrils. This air enters the nasal cavity and then through the larynx moves to the trachea. The air further passes into the two bronchi in each lung and further into the bronchioles. Alveoli are present at the end of the bronchioles. Air from the bronchioles enter the alveoli. Oxygen present in the air is taken up by blood present in the alveoli. Blood vessels and carbon dioxide released in the alveoli, which is thrown out from the body when we exhale air out when oxygen is taken inside the body. It is utilized to oxidize glucose molecule into carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released. Each glucose molecule that is oxidized during this process is made up of 6 carbon atoms, 12 hydrogen atoms and 6 oxygen atoms. All these atoms are joined together with the covalent bonds. Come after this brief description about cellular respiration, let us now proceed to its mechanism. Cellular respiration. Carbohydrates of the food that we consume every day are mainly utilized for the production of energy required for our daily need. This energy is obtained in the form of ATP. For this purpose, glucose of carbohydrate is oxidized step by step in the cell. This is called cellular respiration. Cellular respiration occurs among the living organism by two methods, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Come, let us learn about each method one by one. Aerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, glucose is oxidized in 3 steps: glycolysis, Krebs cycles, and electron transfer chain reaction. Glycolysis. The process of glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm of a cell. A molecule of glucose is oxidized step by step. After glycolysis, one molecule of glucose utilizes 2 molecules of ATP and NAD, gives 2 molecules of pyruvic acid, 2 molecules of NADH2, 2 molecules of water and 4 molecules of ATP. By using 2 molecules of coenzyme A and 2 molecules of NAD, the pyruvic acid molecule forms. During glycolysis is converted into 2 molecules of acetyl coenzyme A, 2 molecules of carbon dioxide and 2 molecules of NADH2. ATP or adenosine triphosphate contains a nitrogenous compound adenine, a pentose sugar, ribose and 3-phosphate group. It is an energy-rich molecule and energy stored in the bond by which phosphate groups are attached to each other. These ATP molecules are stored in the cell. Wherever cell needs energy, one phosphate bonds breaks and release energy. In this process, ATP gets converted into ADP or adenosine diphosphate. Hence, ATP is called as energy currency of the cell. Always remember, NAD or NADH2, that is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, is a coenzyme, are small molecules which cannot function alone but can be reused several when paired with an enzyme. These are main in the cells and helps in cellular respiration. Some other coenzymes are FAD or FADH2, that is flavin adenine dinucleotide, FMN, that is flavin mononucleotide, and NADP, that is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, vitamin riboflavin, that is B2, and vitamin nicotinamide, that is B3, necessary for the production of FADH2. and NADH2 coenzymes.